3. Have you ever watched a movie and felt anxious, excited, or emotional before anything interesting even happened? A lot of that reaction can be due to the colors you were viewing on your screen. Hi, I'm Daniela Morales, and my audience today is my brother Omar. Color can influence and is an important tool artists use to communicate ideas and emotions. Color shapes emotions, and artists use it to communicate meaning through their work. It's also used in everyday life. Color can influence the way people feel without them even realizing it. According to Dr. Andrew Elliott, a psychology professor at the University of Rochester, who studies color psychology and human behavior, colors can influence the way people feel, think, and even react. Warmer colors such as red, orange, and yellow are linked with energy, passion, enthusiasm, and excitement, whereas cooler colors like purple, blue, and green are commonly associated with trust, stability, relaxation, and calmness. Color can influence behavior even when someone isn't even consciously aware of it. Now that we understand how color influences emotions and the way people react, we can better understand why artists are so intentional with the way they use their color in their work. Artists use color to communicate ideas, create moods, and strengthen their work. According to the National Gallery of Art, a leading art museum in the US, artists use color to create emphasis, movement, contrast, and mood in their artwork. Claude Monet's Water Lilies uses a soft blue, purple, and green to create a calm and relaxed environment so that when people look at it, they feel that they're in the painting themselves. And according to the Keith Haring Foundation, Keith Haring used bright colors and bright symbols to spread awareness about equality, social awareness, and community. Keith Haring and Claude Monet use colors in drastically different ways, and it really demonstrates how different colors and different movement can influence people. As someone who loves art so much, I always find it so fascinating how even the slightest change in hue, tone, and shade can drastically change a color and the way it influences me. The influence of color goes beyond museums and artworks, and it's used and seen in everyday life. Color affects everyday life used by design, advertisements, and branding. Companies pay very close attention to the color because it can affect how people and consumers view a product. According to the Interaction Design Foundation, an organization that publishes and researches on design and human behavior, color can affect emotion, trust, and people's purchasing decisions. A lot of companies use blue because a lot of consumers associate that color with reliability, professionalism, and trustworthiness. Many fast food companies often use the color red and yellow because it attracts the most attention and it's associated with energy and excitement. Places like schools, hospitals, and workplaces are very strategical with the way they use their color. Since color can influence mood, comfort, and productivity, they use special colors that create that specific type of environment for them. Color is used everywhere, and it's much more than decoration. It's a powerful way of communication. Now that I have discussed how color affects emotions, artist influence, and everyday life, I will conclude. Today I discussed how color can influence the way people react and feel, how artists are very intentional with the colors they use, and how people see it in everyday life. Color is much more than a decoration, and it should be used much more because it's a very powerful form of communication that shapes emotions, artistic expression, and human behavior. So next time you walk through a museum, watch a fun movie, or see an ad that grabs your attention, think about how much color may have influenced you. Thank you very much.